Hey Inkscapers, I have a few reminders for you about creating your font. In particular, about using the path union and path difference tools to create your letters. You have to remember that each letter can only be one path, but often you're going to use multiple shapes to create your path. So in this case, let's see, I am going to, draw a triangle. And I am also going to put a circle on top of it. I'm also filling it with a color so we can see it a little bit better. So I'm trying to create an A right now. So in order to create an A, I want for my A for it to be a triangle with a circle taken out of the middle of it, and I also want a little circle taken out of the bottom of it as well. Now I could come in here and select these circles and make them have a different color in the middle of them. If I turn them to white, that would appear to give me the appearance that I want, but there's more to it than that. There you go. So here I have basically the shape I want, but I really need to use these path tools in order to make it be one path. The trick with path and difference is that you can only use this operation on two objects at a time. So although I have three objects here and I want to chop these two circles out of the triangle, I need to do them one at a time. So I'm going to select my triangle, and I'm going to hold down Shift and select my little circle, and then I'm going to say path, difference. Now, instead of two paths there, I have one. If I grab any part of that triangle, the circle comes with it because it's now all one path. I need to repeat that step with the second circle now. I've selected my triangle with the removed hole, and I now want to select my second circle and say path, difference, and now I have one path that looks like I want it to look. So that's just a reminder that every letter that you want to put in your font needs to be one path. So you're going to need to use both the union tool and the difference tool quite a bit. That was an example of using the difference tool. The key point is that it has to be done on only two objects. So if you have multiple things to chop out of your object, out of your shape, you need to do them one at a time. But now, let's say I wanted to create the letter F, and I wanted it not to be, okay, there's a couple different scenarios here. One would be, let's say I want to create the letter F, but I don't want it all to be touching. I want these little oblong circles to stand off of the edge of it. In order for it to be imported as the whole shape, as one shape, we still need to do path and union. And now union you can use with more than one object. Union you can use with as many as you want. Now you see that after I've done that, instead of highlighting three different objects, it has surrounded one box around the whole letter. If I grab one part of the F, it takes it all. So that's one example of union. We're going to use that same F idea again, but this time we're going to have some overlapping pieces. This time I don't want those other circles that I added to be apart from the main circle. I want them all to be touching. It's the same example, really. I'm going to choose all, I need to get back to the selection tool. Now I'm going to select all of those objects, all three of them. We can see each object has its own little dashed box around it, and it's selected. We're going to do the same thing, path and union, and it is now one object, but you can also see that it has removed the extra bits. That is part of the union function. Where things overlap, those overlaps disappear, and it's just all one shape. In fact, if you use the edit path button, you can see that there are now different points to edit. And this might be something that you want to do to add a little more character or interest to your shape. And that's all I wanted to remind you about paths. Just the key is that it has to be one path, so either you need to use union or difference to make it be one path before it can be made into a letter.